Hey everybody, happy Friday. This is Overpass Live. My name is Eric. I make apps. So today I'm here again with Rodrigo. Hey Rodrigo, how's it going?
Hey Eric,
Hey,
everything's good?
so Rodrigo joined us last week and it was a lot different having somebody, and I thought, I asked him if he'd come back again today. And this is the weekly live stream where we talk about whatever we want to talk about. So we answer questions, we just chat, we just hang out, we just slow down, right? It's This week has been like super busy for me. It's been like I just had a 2 hour and 45 minute meeting, which was I think it was scheduled for half an hour, but it was so good to get it done. So I've been on my feet, doing the standing meeting and everything for the last hour. I had a birthday yesterday. Rodrigo's birthday is on Sunday, so we were both born around the same time in the same year too. I think we were both born in. God, what year were you born?
93?
Me too. I was born in '93 also. So it's amazing. Um, so yeah, I turned 48. Turned 48 this week. So anyway, let's say hello. First of all, we got Mega Man who says second, even though he seems not the first comment. Um, let's see. A says, please show your AdMob revenue page. Now, the reason I don't do that, A, is because it's against the terms and conditions. I can't show you. I show my revenue all the time, but I can't show my AdMob page. It's just one of those things. I don't want to get my AdMob suspended, even though it's really low at the moment. It's still, I don't want to any reason. AdMob is like I don't even want to look at them the wrong way. That's how bad it is. Fist 007 says, "Yo, Eric, what's up? What's up?" See, AP 505 says, "I agree. It would be really helpful for a lot of developers if you show us your AdMob page. It would. Now, the thing is, in the past, I did do a video where I showed it, and then like within a few hours, somebody came on and said, actually, you could get your account terminated that way. So I removed the video. It's just one of those things. It would be useful. I would love to show you guys. I wish you guys could show me and we could all like discuss them, but we just can't. I mean, and it's against the terms and conditions. You can't show the RPMs, and in some ways it makes sense because sorry, Rodrigo, I'll take up the screen. In some ways, it makes sense because, like, you could imagine the kind of support calls that AdMob would get if you start saying, "This guy Eric says he get this RPM, and I only get this. Why is that the case?" And it could be a load of reasons. It could be because you're advertising in different areas, or because you're just not getting the right traffic. And once we start comparing all those kind of notes, it'll be, I'm sure it will be a nightmare for them. On the same token, I could find out that I actually have really low RPM, and you guys have higher RPM. So it's just one of those things we're just not allowed to show that. Fist 007 says, "Hope you're doing well this week." I am. App 505 says, "Please show it." I can't. It's against the terms and conditions. I could show it. I mean, I'll show you my stats, right? And if you wanted one-on-one, you wanted to see it, I might show it to you, but I can't do it publicly. Shaba Shakar says, "Hey, Eric, I noticed your apps are not showing up on Play Store. I searched for EarSpy, but it's not showing up. Is it available in India?" No, on Google Play, it's been suspended. And there's a bunch of copycats that copied it, the design and everything. Mine keeps getting suspended and suspended and suspended. In the end, I just sort of gave up on it. So that's why it's on iOS, but it's not on Android anymore. Which is like, don't get me started about that. I mean, my stress levels are high enough this week. I could go on and on about how unfair it is, especially the fact that it does. In fact, all right, let me just show you the screen here real quick. Um, Here's if I go to play and I type in EarSpy. All these guys basically took and copied my design, my icon, my everything. Some of them use the same description, like this guy here, Ear Scout, where he took the same design, exact same design, my design. I'm the one who said, let's have this circle here, let's have the audio on the left, the signs on the right, and then the graphic equalizer down here below. They took it and did exactly. The description is exactly the same. Headphones required to avoid awful screenback. Safety feature. Don't forget to leave a review. This app is for non-harmful. It's basically they just took it exactly as mine. So I do get a little bit. I mean, to be honest with you, it sucks. I don't, it's just sucks. What else we have? We've got uh, Neurologic Test says, "Hey there, this is Ayush from Ayush Pi Apps. You've changed your name. I rebranded the neural algorithmic tech. It just rolls off the tongue. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I am. Fist 007 says, I've watched a video of parents couple claiming that Google was showing targeted non-skippable video ads specifically towards their daughter with gay content. I'm certain this is fake and to be continued. It's only getting views and going viral since they didn't show any proof. What do you think? I think that's the thing about, I mean, it's getting to the point where we're just becoming silly with, trying to get views and saying all kinds of stuff. I mean, how often do you see clickbait? When I did a video said my Google account has been suspended, that's got a lot of views, but it wasn't clickbait. It actually was suspended, right? And I see this all the time. She left me, right? And it'll be like, oh, she left me for the day, or that was like how to beast video and all this stuff. You see that kind of stuff all the time. Chord Funk said, what up, Chord Funk? All right. Fist Up said, hey, Rodrigo.
Hey.
Hey, what's up? Matthew Creek says, my app has been getting tons of clicks, but only 99p per click. That's not bad. Is it? Is it a banner? Actually, yeah, it really depends. I mean, Fist Up said, we become like the Overpass family, don't you think? I think, yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm your son, remember?
That's why he's my illegitimate son. And he said, happy birthday to you both. Cool, thanks. Chord Funk says, question for Rodrigo. Dude, this is all about me. He says, question for Rodrigo. Doesn't it really matter? I'm curious. What technologies do you use/prefer?
So I prefer everything web because I'm a web developer by nature. So JavaScript and HTML and CSS, they are the basics. And nowadays I've been using lots of React. I started with Angular, but I've been using React lately. So yeah, I prefer like everything JavaScript, Node, everything. So, yeah. What about you, Eric?
Well, so I think I'm like, if it comes for mobile, I prefer, at the moment I'm using Xamarin, but Xamarin is a bit, I think I like it. I like it because I'm able to get done what I want to. What I don't like about it is I have these huge APK sizes and IPA sizes. However, Flutter's the one I really want to get into. Last week I did some Angular. I think I was telling you this, Rodrigo. I just like Angular. I purchased. I needed to do an admin site, and a developer that I had just left. He just ghosted me. He just went missing. So it was like my thing. So Sunday morning, I woke up and I looked at this Angular template that I bought, and I wanted to integrate it with Firebase. And I started to realize, although I knew Angular 1 really well, and I could like patch up a little bit of, like when Rodrigo's working on Angular 5 or whatever, I could sometimes go through and understand it. I was like out of my depth. So I spent all day Sunday learning, really getting into, integrating Firebase with Angular, and, watching all these videos. And I was able to get like most everything I needed to do by 10 o'clock on Sunday night. The only thing I did on last Sunday was I went for a run in the middle of the day. And it was fun. I mean, I really enjoyed working with Angular, even though TypeScript is not my thing. I prefer vanilla JavaScript.
No.
Yeah, I do. I like promises, and I like callbacks, and I like just, I just like the fluidness of it. So I prefer JavaScript if I'm going to do like a scripting language, and Node.js if I'm doing anything on the server. But Dart is the thing I want to get to. That was another thing I did last week. Was I had a client who they had they want to that was Monday actually. They want to reskin a Flutter application and integrate it with Shopify, and I was able to get that working too, like within a few hours. Sometimes it's just having that. You could take not necessarily the same syntax and the same thinking of other languages, but just the same problem solving skills, seeing how things work and knowing how that stuff works. So that's it. And if it comes, and if you guys want, hey, you guys want to know if I like Java or Kotlin better, because that's a question we get every week. I've never used Kotlin. I'm still Java. So, but let's see.
Same.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it seems like you know, Kotlin seems to be the language that we kind of should be moving towards. But like, if they said you were never, we're gonna phase out Java, then I would think, yeah, I would. But Java you could use in other places. Like Java, you have tons of resources for, and Kotlin, I suppose you have a lot too. But
Yeah, I think Google is just pushing Kotlin because of the proprietary problems they had with Java and stuff. But yesterday and today I was listening to the Stack Overflow podcast, and they were talking with the people behind Java, like the Oracle and stuff, and it sounded like really good what they are doing. But yeah, like Google wants to move away, so
cool. I'll say, yeah. So yeah. By the way, it's really hot here today. I've been in a meeting for the last, like I said, 2 hours and 45 minutes, just right up before the live stream, and the windows were open, but it's so like there's so much traffic outside that I closed the windows. So you're gonna see me start to. You can already see I'm a bit glazed over, like this. I'm like a glazed donut. Let's see. But yeah, I might start to sweat. If you start to see the moob sweat underneath here, tell me. Let's see. App 404 says, "Are you gonna watch the Mike Tyson fight?" Is there a Mike Tyson fight? Is this like 1980 something?
nah.
I, I didn't even know that. What is he fighting? Ah, I didn't even know. No, probably not. I never watched the Mike Tyson's fights when he was actually fighting. So let's see. Fist 007 says, "Rodrigo, we are linked up in Skype, aren't we?"
I think so. Yeah. I added someone the other day, but yeah.
All right. App 404 says, are you a KSI fan? Dude, I love KSI. KSI happens to be one of my favorite types of chicken. I don't know what a KSI is. What is KSI?
Is it the YouTuber? As
Oh
a
yeah, that's
YouTube?
right. Oh yeah. KSI versus Logan Paul. Yeah, I've never seen it. I think it's probably. I think it's. I don't think I'm in the demographic. It's more Rodrigo speed. Are you a KSI fan?
Nah.
Yeah, are you? You big? Yeah. Do you
I,
subscribe?
I'm a Logan Paul fan.
Are you? Are you?
They have the thing, it's like one versus the other, and
Oh
they
yeah.
started also doing fights, like boxing and stuff, so
Hey,
that's why people ask.
we could get into like we should do that. We should have like a boxing match, you and me. Old school versus new school. New school's not actually saying. Community Do says, "Hey, I have an app that you can collect points, but I want the user to convert the points to serial keys or anything else. Have a special number like a recharge app. Give the user a unique code with points." That sounds interesting. I have an app to collect points, and I want the user to convert the points to serial keys to use, or anything else. Have a special number like recharge app. Give the user unique codes with points. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Doesn't that, so would they use these unique codes in other things? I mean, if you're within the app, why don't you just allow them to have like an in-app rather than give them a code? Why not just give them an in-app currency? Um, hmm. Alexi Cortisalmi says, "Hey, Alexi, how's it going? What do you think about enabling ads on a beta release of a game on Google Play?" I think it's fine. I mean, you need to test out the ads just as well as you need to test out everything else, right? You need to make sure that they're working properly. You don't want to be, you definitely don't want to be testing them yourself. I think,
I just I just wonder, how do the reviews work while your app is in beta on the Play Store? because if you enable it from the beginning, there's a bit of a risk that some users start saying, "Oh, there's too many ads" and stuff like that. In the first reviews, that's never good. So.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, I don't know. To be honest with you, I've never actually released a beta application. Like I've never gone that route. I've always just done alpha. I've never really had an audience. Well, I guess I kind of do now. But when I released my apps to begin with, I didn't have any audience, so I've never really went the beta route. I just go live. Um, but which I know is not which I know is not good. Matthew Creek says last week every video I watched on YouTube came with 5 ads. Wow, they are changing the algorithm now. So like I think it's 8 minutes or something where they can have mid-roll ads. Um, and Matthew says it was interstitial and banner where you're getting 9 cents. You should, if you go into AdMob and you separate them, which one has higher? Like you should be able in the reporting be able to see which one is which. Trigger says how to track user behavior in gaming apps. That would just be analytics, right? I mean, that would just be Firebase. You put your code in there. I suppose it would depend on the framework, but you should just be able to track, just be able to track those, right?
Yeah, with Firebase Analytics, and you log what they call, I think it's events.
Yeah.
Basically, you log when a user changes page or buys something, and you just track them.
Yeah. So you got like so in Xamarin you got App Center. In Firebase you got Firebase Analytics. And Firebase Analytics seems like the no-brainer because you're probably going to use Firebase for push notifications if you do push notifications anyway. I think them moving from Google Cloud Messaging to Firebase push notifications has really forced a lot of people to go to Firebase. So while you're there, you're like, why would I be using another analytics service if I'm already including the Firebase APIs? Why am I including anything else? So yeah, so Firebase Analytics. I used to use Google Analytics a lot, and they kind of closed that for a lot of the applications.
Yeah, they recently deprecated analytics for web views and a bunch of stuff. So.
Saf, hey Saf, how's it going? It says, hey guys, I'm working on habit tracking that does have different spin on it, but the market is crowded with a buttload of apps. Is it worth the effort? I don't know. It depends. I think if the market is crowded, you have to really think about it. Like, how can you stand out from them? What are they missing that you could actually do something better with? Some markets are just so crowded, like wallpaper apps. Like I see so many wallpaper apps that I don't know how you could even get in there unless you have something like it's like for a specific topic, like I don't know, Game of Thrones or something like that. But even then, you got the copyright infringement thing looming over your head. So I think if you could stand out in some way, right? The nice thing about some of these applications, if you have a marketing budget, like you could put them onto to Facebook ads and stuff like that, and do the, don't rely on search, rely on getting it in front of people who need it but don't know it exists, right? Because the people who know it exists they're already gonna be going. They've already gone to the App Store, the Play Store, and they've already found it. But that would be it. I mean, so you could like. I've bought a few things on Instagram because I see these stupid Instagram ads, and I don't even know this stuff exists. And then I buy something, some cheap thing from China, and it's because the ad was like showing me something that I didn't even know I needed, or didn't even know I wanted until they showed it to me. What do you think, Rodrigo?
Yeah, his main question was, is it worth it? In my opinion, you just have to think. There's, for example, many restaurants or something. Is it worth opening another one? Yeah, of course. As long as you differentiate yourself, like you either do different foods or better foods or something that differentiates you from the rest, you are good. So, yeah.
And Fist007 says, I love Angular so much that I want to marry it. Cool. No, seriously, I love Angular mostly due to separation of concerns compared to React where everything is mixed up. Yeah, I think I like the separation of concerns. I think, I don't know, because they're coming from Angular 1, and I know this is an argument that's been had probably what 5 years ago, 6 years ago when Angular 2 first came out. But I like the idea of having the templates separated from the controllers, and so I have all the controllers in one place, and having all the style sheets in one place, and having all the services in one place. And it seems like with the later Angular versions, it's like everything's in one place. So it is separate, but then you also have that, and that's, man, I'm just really getting into the latest Angular stuff now.
Yeah. I don't know about the latest, like the version 8 and
Yeah.
whatnot. But in React, I also hate that they mix everything in one file, like CSS, JavaScript, and HTML, everything
Yeah.
inside one. So I prefer the Angular way, where there's a file for everything, like every single thing.
Oh. And he says, Metling Eric. I think you mean melting Eric, which I am. I am. God, you guys should be so glad you can't smell me. You should be glad you can't smell me too. Let's see. Rodrigo, can you show your apps? Are you able to show your screen?
Should we look, I could probably show, but I also got the link and could send you the link of my main app, at least.
Okay.
Let me, okay, no, not there. Chat and send you the link if you want to open. I've been working all week on that app, like redesigning. It's still not released, but yeah.
I'll just share my screen in here. All right, so we got Instagram squares, image splitter for Instagram. Okay, so, and this is 31 studios. Let's see, we've got app page. This is Squares app. Cool. So do you actually integrate with the Instagram API?
Nope. I don't. Yeah, the main thing I do with the Instagram integration is just doing what's it called with Android when you send. I think it's the intents when you do a share. I just send the image to them and they process, but nothing more.
Okay. Cool. So okay. So
I think it's the first time you are seeing the app. I meant to like send it in other live streams for you to review. So let's see.
All right. Let's see. All right. So let's see. We got the Instagram squares, and we got the Instagram post here. Choose image to code. So okay. So for me, is this the one where you got in trouble for calling it Insta?
Yeah, it used to be called Insta Squares, but Instagram owns the word Insta, and they got me in trouble. So,
what was that like? It wasn't a suspension, was it? It was a.
I think it was a suspension, and it was scary, as you know. Like you wake up in the morning and you see your main app was suspended or removed or what was exactly, and you are like, oh no. My money making.
yeah, I know. So we got. Oh, is there like a? Sometimes okay. So okay. So we got the Instagram 31 Studios. You've got how many reviews? I mean, how many? You've got 1 million plus installs. Nice. So it's doing really well. I mean. Yeah, so I mean, it's really difficult to give any feedback on something that's doing really well because I don't want to mess anything up. But I mean, another thing, you could like have the screenshot say more about it. I mean, because people are obviously finding it. I mean, what are your like? Can you see how many people are viewing the page versus how many people are actually downloading?
I'm not checked that in a while, but yeah, I could check now. You just talked about screenshots. This goes back to the conversation we had last week about doing A/B testing, and I did with the screenshots and icon, and it was like, oh, supposedly people like when you have the device frame and everything all pretty. I tested, and it was the opposite.
Oh, really?
So I went
Oh, cool.
back.
But like, okay. So the thing about this one, you couldn't make these stretch all the way across, or is that like just the way? Is it?
Sorry,
Huh?
what do you mean?
Like the buttons are kind of like a strange, like they're all like
They
fluid.
are small. Yeah, I'm working on a redesign. I could try to show you, but I would have to share my screen and it could become a mess.
Cool.
uh,
Is this Ionic?
yeah, it's Angular one and Ionic
Cool.
uh, one also. And I'm redesigning, but still using or keeping Angular one and Ionic one because I have like technical depth. The app is small. I could just rewrite it, but let's keep it. It's working. So
Cool. Well, whatever you're doing, it seems to be working. Um, let's go back to. Let's see. Where was it? Community dude says, I mean, the user collects points on the app, and I give them like a code for him to charge his phone as a gift, like a redeem. I use Android Studio, Java, and Firebase to store points. Yeah, but like, how do they redeem it? That's the thing. I'm kind of like, that's the question I think I have is, yeah, I get that they get a code, but like, do you like have a like integration with other services? So you give them a code, and they're able to like say charge their phone. You would have to have like an agreement with like a charging company or like a vending charging company or something, right? So that they could something like that. So you're giving something that's actually of value, unless that's the question I'm not quite sure about. How does that work?
yeah, it's quite tricky because what he seems to want to do is what the Play Store or Google cracks down every now and then, meaning apps that ask users to see ads or something and then offer them money or some reward for the ads,
Yeah.
like physical reward, and that's a bit sketchy in many cases, so Google cracks down.
Yeah, I mean it's I know they got rewarded ads, but the thing about rewarded ads is if you take out a rewarded ad, you know that that's you're getting in front of people and you know that they're going to be getting something for it. But if it's so, I mean that is a thing.
isn't
Yeah.
isn't against their terms of service if you say like, oh, watch 10 ads and we will give you like like €1 or something. That's against the terms of service, right?
I don't know. I don't know if it is monetary because I've had people say that. I've had people come to me and say, "I want to do an app that if they click on 5 ads, then they'll get like money or whatever." First of all, the clicking on the ads, that's going to be getting you in trouble anyway. Or to show the ads, but like you make so little on an ad impression without a click that it's almost like not worth it. Somebody just go in and watch all these different ads, and it takes you outside the reason why companies are putting ads on there to begin with is because they want to get in front of people and they want people to see this stuff, not professional ad viewers or whatever. But uh, Unboxing Channel says, "Hey Eric, how much per app that your team built? I mean, how much venture that I need to invest? Thank you." For me, it's not as much. How much per app? Um, let's see. It's so this the reason I've like okay, so I'll tell you how much I spent on EarSpy, the first version of EarSpy for Android. I think it was $3,000, right? And oh god, it was awful. It was late, and then they asked for more money partway through. It was like one of the like it was I was like I was gonna do it myself, and then I hired a company to do it, and it was like the code was still kind of sloppy the whole way through. But in the end, it made I guess a couple £100,000. So it was like it really was a good investment. But a lot of times when we do stuff, it depends because I got really cheap developers. Didn't get the best code either, so I was able to go in and fix a lot of it myself. Or a lot of you guys are like, if you're developers, you have that skill that a lot of people would pay a lot of money for, and you're like, you might as well use it to build your own stuff too, right? And to value the skills that you have. So, but that's how much I paid. Now, in terms of you, like that was also back in 2012. So, the world's moved on quite a bit since then. Like when we're quoting for stuff, it's usually it's never like my lower point is like at least 6,000 pounds. I don't want to do anything for less than 6,000, just because it's just all the work and the meetings and everything like that. So it's kind of like my lower threshold. And I've talked to other companies that won't do anything less than 20,000 or whatever. So it really depends on some of this stuff. But that's kind of me. But um, yeah.
Yeah, it goes back to the how much an app costs. It's the same as asking how much does a house cost. It depends on lots of things like the place, the location, the size of the house, the materials, everything. So we can never say like it's this much because it will vary quite a bit.
Yeah. My day rate. So like, if I ever do contract work, my day rate's usually around 550 a day. So, but if I'm working for myself, obviously I'm not. It's those because I have all the skills and experience. I can do things faster than some of the developers I work with, which is sometimes just so infuriating. But yeah, it's been a tough week. Let's see. Mbutha Sampson says my cost per click is so low, 0.2 cents. Anybody experiencing this? I haven't looked at my cost per click lately. Let's see. And he also says, Eric, if somebody builds an app for you overseas, how do you know they have a good standing with Google? A lot of times I don't. I prefer to compile it myself. Um, Unless I really trust the developer. It's um, it's because I don't want to like associate somebody with my account and grant them access and then have my account be suspended because they were bad. I've heard of that happening to developers or to app owners before, where they hired a development company, they set up their account, they granted access to the development company who's been suspended in the past, and then they've immediately get suspended by association. So that's one of the reasons why. And plus, I prefer to be able to compile stuff myself. However, and Rodrigo knows this, when it's an Ionic application, a lot of times I get frustrated because I'm like, oh, what am I missing here? Which node version are you using? Which whatever you're using? Like, so I do like git pull, npm install, 85 warnings, 4 criticals. Then it's like, oh, what is it now? Right? It's just like that kind of stuff. So,
But we should always have the code to be able to compile. Even if you are like a non-technical person, in a way you should ask for the code so that you can like move around with other developers or if something happens.
yeah. See, I've known people who like hire developers and they needed to know how to just compile it. So like in iOS, or sorry, in Xcode, they just go to package, increase the version number, package it, install it. So at least they could play around with keywords and stuff like that and release a new version from time to time. And I think that's a good thing. And another thing to do it, even though it can be a bit complicated for a non-technical person to learn how to compile something, and to go through those steps is at least you have everything. You go into Git, you pull everything down. You don't find out like 6 months later when you want an update and go to a different developer that you're missing some like the key store or like some critical files. In case they have a suspected Google account. Yeah. Rondier says hello. Yo, what's up? What's up, Rondier? Screenshot still says Insta. I know it does. Let's see. Butha Zap says, Rodrigo, geez, you're popular today. Oh, you know what? You're like encroaching on my. All right. So, Rodrigo, tell us more about how you handled suspension, the steps you took. Did you appeal? How did you remain calm in that situation? All right, take it.
So, if I remember correctly, step number 1, contact Eric. He's a pro.
Yeah,
Yeah, honestly, I think didn't take much. I started literally by sending an email to Eric, like just chatting and saying, "Oh, look at this, what happened?" But I think I just went to the Play Store, changed the name back in the title and description, and resubmitted. And after a few hours, they accepted, and it was done. So nothing more. There are still problems in like other stores, and other places that I still have the name Insta, but they didn't care like to go after me that much. So, yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, but you can't resubmit once it's suspended, can you? I mean, you have to get that like appeal to go back to remove state.
I'm not exactly sure because I don't know if it was a suspension or removal or something. I could try to check my email, but yeah.
Oh, well, do it next time. See, Fist Up 07, the app is still in alpha stage. Well, which app? I don't know which one. Let's see. David Donatachi. Hey, David, how's it going? I just released an app called Tooth Do List, which has users log their dental hygiene habits for the day and get a value on it. It's called Tooth Do List. Should we have a look at that? Let's see if I can find it. Oh, and everybody, thank you for smashing the like button. If you haven't done it yet, this is a polite reminder. It really helps out the algorithm and all that stuff, supposedly. And it just makes me feel better. It makes me feel like I'm sitting here sweating away. A Tooth Do List. Ooh, okay, first of all, I like the icon. Let's see, we got parental guidance. You guys can see the screen, right? Oh, this is really nice. This looks really... So, okay, I think it looks really polished. I like the design. I like the icon. I think it's designed really well. I don't know if the first screen people need to see is a login screen. But let's see, morning, noon, night, and then the calendar. Some of these ones I don't know if it's the best. Brush minimum. I think it's a really nice looking application. I wonder if, and you got some good reviews here. This is a fantastic app. All of the first 2 days. So you released on the 21st. The 24th of July. You got a few people. I'm assuming it's people you know to review them, which is there's no judgment here. I think it's a good idea to do. And then you've got personal hygiene. I think it looks really good. I don't know if the screenshots, if maybe you could say a bit more in the screenshots what it actually does. And you've got, let's see, 10 plus installs because you're just getting started. It looks good to me. I mean, can you see that? Actually.
Yeah. For me too, like the design and the icon look quite good. So, yeah. Well done.
Yeah, I think that's the kind of thing where if you get it in front of people, to do this is the first dental application on the market which works directly with the dental hygiene habits. See, I think this is one where you've got like this key, like your keyword should go here, personal dental hygiene coach. And I mean, you could appeal to, this is just my opinion. Everything I ever say ever is just my opinion. Even if it's a fact, it's kind of my opinion. You could like say exactly what it does, and you think about the different target markets and how you would talk to them. I'm sure one of those would be parents. Parents and getting their kids to do it, getting yourself to do it, all that kind of stuff. To me, it sounds like a really cool idea, though, David. Let's see.
Just going back to the Insta Squares problem or app, I was reading the email and they just say, we have received a trademark complaint regarding your app, etc., and you should contact them directly, like the person that complained, and it's like a third-party company.
Oh yeah.
They say if we don't reach an agreement, they will remove the app. So this was just a notice. They call it a Google Play trademark notice.
Oh, never got one of those.
So I changed the name and resubmitted and never contacted anyone.
Cool. Let's see. Graham Knight says, "Hi guys, I'm new here. Hey, welcome. I'm glad you can make it. As a Gen X developer who knows how to manage teams, deliver products, but is a total introvert, how would you suggest going about finding your first corporate client?" Dude, this is me too. I know the fact that we do the YouTube channel and it's kind of like a new thing, but I was terrified when I did the first video. I consider myself to be very introverted. If you ever see me at a networking event, I don't talk to anybody. I hang out by the coffee machine. To begin with, I was like, when I first met my first corporate client, I was terrified because I thought they're going to find out that I don't know how to be a businessman. I'm wearing my suit and I have my notebook and I'm trying to say all the right things. I'm trying to talk in my business voice. I'm trying to like be really like cool about stuff. And but ultimately they want a developer. They want somebody to solve their technical problems. So you just have to remember that. Like you're going in there, and sometimes they'll say like I'm a really bad salesperson. Like and that, sometimes and what I think one of the reasons why I don't get really serious about stuff is it's like a defense mechanism. One of the reasons I say I'm Eric and I make apps and I'm not that I'm Eric Wroolie and I'm the president, co-founder, and whatever. Or probably the co-founder. I'm the president and founder of Overpass, right? You know, and I don't say any of that stuff because it's easier for me to just go unassuming. It's like you need a developer. I'm a developer. I work with developers. You got a technical problem, and I'm your guy, right? And that's you go in there saying that kind of stuff, but it terrified me to begin with. So when you're reaching out to people, you go in as yourself. And I also like early on just dropping the pretense. Well, not early on, late on, because I used to be like Overpass, Overpass is a company that has such and such, and these skills, this skills, this skills, and it's like it was just like it was me sitting in my spare bedroom, and and now I could just openly say that without any kind of embarrassment because they know what they're getting, just if they don't, and you could put, putting all the content out there and really showing that you know what you do. Because I'm a Gen Xer too, I guess, technically. I've just turned 48 yesterday. So I'm the Gen X. And it was really hard for me to move out of that. And part of me, and every so often I think, I wish I was like, young Rodrigo over here where I just started early and did my own stuff. But part of it is like, I'm kind of glad I had those experiences working in corporate life where I put a suit on every day and had middle management, on my case all the time, or, people would tremble when the managing director walked into the room or one of the management committee, or working in a factory where you're just doing the mundane stuff over and over again, or being in the military where you just, you take your orders and do what you're supposed to do. And moving from that and that kind of works really well from an introvert because you don't have to venture out. You can just do what you need to do and stick to yourself and do your job and everything is good. And the hard bit about, I think for me, the thing that was going to job interviews was the thing that really caused me to like just relax a little bit more. It was like I would go to job interviews and I would be so terrified. Like it was like I was they were gonna slap me around or something. Like you go in there assuming that they just like I'm going for some quest, and really it dawned on me one day that they're looking for the right person. They don't want to interview any more people. They're hoping you'll just go in there and just be confident like you're going to do it. And a lot of times it's the same with these corporate clients. Now finding them is different because you have to kind of reach out to them. A lot of times we use LinkedIn Sales Navigator just to find out who these people are. We try to get stuff in front of them. We've tried doing ads and stuff, but it gets a bit expensive after a while. But I've got like 6,000 contacts on LinkedIn or something, which is it's not that much, but it's kind of this always thinking about that the prospecting and bringing people in. But there's also, I think one of the nice things about doing the channel is I'm able to just say, this is me. I mean, anybody who Googles me could see that I'm a guy who wears a t-shirt and sopping in sweat on a Friday evening talking about technology, right? It's not like I'm, this guy wearing a suit and I'm running this big multi-million-dollar company, although, that would be nice. It would be nice if I could be like, oh yes, so, but it is what it is. I'm a developer. My name is Eric and I make apps. So I think it's just embrace that, I think. And I totally know what that's like. Let's see. I'm not going to ask you your opinion on that, Rodrigo, because you're not a Gen Xer. You're what? Are you a millennial? Is that, how does it cut off?
Technically it seems so. Gen Y, so millennial.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Fist 007 says, can you show X amount of ads and give users an in-app rewards extra lives or something along those lines? I don't know. I thought you could, but I have to read those. I
I
need.
play one game that does that, so you probably can.
Let's see. Let's see. And Butha says encouraging clicks of an ad while using AdMob is just suicide. Dude, I had that. So that was one thing I did in the early days. I did have in my description to support the app, click on the ads and visit our sponsors, right? And then somebody said, I noticed you have that in, like, I got an email from somebody said, I noticed you have that in your app. Isn't that against the terms? And I looked at it and it was. So luckily I was never caught on that. It was like a few weeks that I had it on there. And yeah, you definitely can't do that kind of stuff. And it's, yeah, definitely. Wherever you think where it goes outside the, you know, think like an advertiser. If you're going to create an ad for your app, what would you want the user experience to be? You'd want it to get in front of people and you'd want them to click on it and pay for that click, for that visit, only if the user has some intention of actually purchasing.
Yeah, and after you thinking like one, you should act like one advertiser, meaning if you can, just take a few bucks, 10, 20, 50, and do some advertising yourself, and you will learn like what they look for, what they want and don't want, so you will know more about the whole ecosystem.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Fistable says Rodrigo, more of a tea guy, huh? Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've been drinking tea.
Oh, have you? I didn't even notice. All right. Okay. Ah, let's see. David says, can you do a segment on where you rate and review apps based on the UI, UX, as well as improvements you believe they could make? I think that's what we do kind of on the live stream. This whole week, this whole last week, I've been so busy and stressed. And it's just been like, one of those weeks where I'm just like worn down. I'm like, this sweat, it's not because of the heat. This is just from stress. No, yeah, it's just been one of those. So I didn't do any videos at all this last week, and I kept thinking I need to get out there and do it. I'm neglecting you guys, but it's one of the reasons we do a live stream. So we, if somebody wants us to look at something, because if I did one every day where I like focused on a certain app, I really, it's one of these things that I seen other people do this where, like, let's say if I take a look at one of the popular apps out there that's doing really well, and I look at it and say, here's why they're doing well, as if I had anything to do with that success. I hate that. Looking at something after the fact and saying why they did it. I've seen that in business books a lot where somebody says, here's everything that Apple does right, right? It's like, if if it was a case like as if they were like, I could have told them this in the beginning, right? Here's everything that they did right, and if you do everything right, you'll have the same success, which is not true. So that's one of the reasons why, I mean, I just kind of don't like those kind of stuff. Fist of says, damn, YouTube deleted my message. Oh, sorry about that. Joshua Bruce Bradford. Hey, Joshua, how's it going? Is it possible to convert an Android app to iOS? Not automatically. Not if it's done in native. You could do it like, you could reuse the assets, but you probably have to get it redeveloped. If you have it done in native, you'd probably have to get it redeveloped. Now, I've had, this sounds so stupid. I could kick myself for this, but I've actually had like iOS apps or Android apps where I've had clients come and say we want to have it converted to the other, and I get like a team in India or whatever to do it, and sometimes they just completely black box it. Like ideally, somebody should, you need a developer who knows the code of both rather than just like, yeah, we could do it like in that one, and they're saying, what does this button do? What does this button do? It's like, you need somebody to read the code. So ideally, you get somebody who knows both languages or a company that has developers of both languages so they can just do that conversion and look at it and see what actually happens. Let's see. Fist says he's sending Rodrigo Fist07 is sending you a link. So glad I could help.
Yeah, I received
it. Aaron Chandran says, Eric Rodrigo, good vibes. Thanks, Aaron. Fistobo says, Rodrigo will forward you the link to my web desktop/web app. It's a medical appointments booking app. It's still in alpha stage. Okay. Let's see. Let me know when you get that. Emilio Matos says, we launched a new app last month on Google Play, but we didn't have any downloads yet. Could you take a look at it? Amazing Dog Breeds by Techstar Studio. Okay, let's have a look. Let's see. Amazing. Amazing Dog Street. Okay, so I think it's not even, it doesn't look like it's even ranking yet. Here we go. Using dog breeds. We've got 10 plus installs. Facts and figures. Learn all about dogs. Amazing facts about dog breeds. Okay, this looks cool. Dog care information. Like it's, yeah, to me it sounds like, so I like the screenshots. I like the way that you've, I really like the way you've done this. I think this, I think this looks cool. Like just being able to put some stock images in there and be able to do some really good screenshots. The problem we have is the discoverability, like people actually getting to this page, because I think this page looks really good. If you do dog facts, let's do, so we've got a lot of dog facts stuff here. And it could be that you're just not ranking yet. Dog breeds encyclopedia. Wow. Look at App Annie. No, not Apple. Let's log in. Whatever. Let's look at amazing dog breeds on Google Play. Facts pictures. Let's see what you're ranking for. We'll go down to the ASO keyword section. Oh, you're ranking for some stuff. You're amazing for, so we're looking at, so I'm looking at the UK. Let's go to the United States because more representative. So you're ranking for dog time, number 23, facts about animals. So, all right, let's have a look at, I want to look at one of these in isolation. Let's look at facts about animals. Do you have that in your description anywhere? No. Oh. So you are ranking for facts about animals. You're ranking for animal facts. You've got a few Spanish. So you do have multilingual, which is cool. Pete's Coffee, dog breed, you're 172. It's, yeah, some of these ones, if you can get these up. Perfect dog time. Why does dog time come in there? So we don't have any reviews yet. So, I mean, you could try to get some reviews in on this thing and get some links in, amazing dog facts, breeds, and pictures. So some of these things you're actually already, you're ranking for different stuff on here. Dog breed identifier. So some of these, you could try to like use some of these keywords in your title, like breed, dog breed. So you have breed in the title. You've got dog breeds. So you're ranking 163. Which, let's have a look at this. Oh no, that's not gonna work. So we go.
Yeah, like you said, the screenshots look good, but he has to get some reviews in. So.
Yeah, I think it's, so they got the three different steps are, you've got, first you need to be found. Second, if you're found, then you need to, and that's what, and being found is actually the keywords and being able to show up in search. So what would people be searching on and how could you get there? Now, if dog breeds is too crowded and there's no way you can get there with dog breeds, then what else could you do? What's a synonym for dog breeds? Let's just try to do something a little bit here on the fly. So if I was going to go to thesaurus.com. I was going to go breed. So breed, brand, strand, variety, maybe, character, family, feather, genus, likes, lineage. I mean, some of these other ones, pedigree might be a good one to use, or try that out. Are you using pedigree in there at all? Pedigree seems like it would be a kind of a good one, a good keyword that somebody might search on if they were into that. Progeny. So sometimes, I mean, there's all these ASO tools out there. Sometimes a good thesaurus will get you something. Like if I was going to do a search for pedigree on Google Play, I mean, if you were able to put that in there, I mean, I wonder if anybody would be searching for it. Yeah, so we got lots of dog stuff on here too, but maybe mixing that in there with it would help get more, even more views on it, and just trying different combinations and stuff like that. I mean, there's things there you can try. Let's see. Patrick Brown. Hey, Patrick, how's it going? It says, hi, Eric. Can we discuss a little bit about the best alternative to AdMob for non-game apps, excluding Facebook Audience Network? For non-game apps. Any ideas, Rodrigo? All right, so I've used AppLovin. I don't even know what the newer ad networks are, because AdMob seems to be the one that works the best for me, or at least it has in the past. I mean, God, you also got something like Appadeal. Now, Appadeal is one that a lot of people use because it like does the mediation between the different stuff. So like you can have like loads of different ad networks there through Appadeal, but something that I've never really got much success out of. Rodrigo, what ad networks are you using? You're using AdMob, right?
Yeah, AdMob and Facebook. Like I said earlier, I'm rewriting and redesigning my app, and I will like re-implement the ad networks, but we'll stick with the Facebook and AdMob. So
Let's see.
It's like the big and global ones that every country like has Facebook, so and Google.
Yeah. Let's see. Fist Double says, try to view it in a mobile view in the browser. Okay, so have you gotten that? Let's see. Oh, is this it? Tabikek? All right, so this is Fist 007's application called Tabibkum, which is not in English. So is there a way to change the language? Yeah, okay, I can do. Okay, so looks cool. You say look at it in the mobile browser. For those of you guys who don't ever use a mobile browser, we use it all the time. Just going into, you do a refresh. You could go into Google Developer Tools, click on the mobile, the toggle the device toolbar, and you can select the different stuff. I got it set to Moto G4, but let's go to iPhone. It's got iPhone 10 view, just to see what it would look like in a browser. So cool, you got the responsive interface, which is cool. And I think Rodrigo, he was showing you because you're such an HTML guy. Any opinions on this?
Let me check really quick on my side.
Yeah, I know there's a little bit of a delay, isn't there? You can't quite see it.
And I have like some extensions, but yeah. Any opinions? Let's see. I still see Lauren Ipsum text at the bottom. And the select drop-downs could be like a bit better than the default. Other than that...
Oh yeah, the Lauren Ipsum. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Yeah, well, he says it's still an alpha.
Yeah. Seems more or less good. In mobile, let me analyze really quick.
Do you ever like to just go and then look at this source just to see what's
yeah.
Okay, oh, it's Angular.
I think it's React.
Oh, is it React? Oh,
let's see the React tools if they find something. Where is it? Maybe it's not. But yeah, seems to be like compressed and everything, so that's good. Um, Usually on web apps, I also run them through Lighthouse, or if you guys don't want to use Lighthouse, there's web.dev. It's basically an online version of Lighthouse, and it does a bunch of checks for web stuff like um, performance, accessibility, SEO, and best practices. Yeah.
All right. Let's go back to.
And by the way, his score is not bad, but not the best.
Wait.
It's about 69. It's from 0 to 100, so he could improve a bit.
Oh, cool. All right. Graham Knight says, I had to throw in the Gen X because you guys are all so young. Yeah, we are. Rodrigo and I are very young. We're just, God, I'm just getting started in this field at my young, sprightly age. Let's see. And the coffee machine is my best friend. I drink coffee machine. My coffee machine broke last month, and it didn't take me any time to buy a new one. It was just like it's like the most important thing I have. Butha Sampson says, Eric and Rodrigo, how did you encourage yourself while starting during your early days when starting to make apps when earnings are so low? E.g., like me, who depends on AdMob, earnings are so low. First of all, wasn't in the beginning. I wasn't depending on AdMob. It was just like I was still working. So I think I've got a lot of people who've like they quit their jobs and say, I'm just going to do this full time, and it's like, it's like it's kind of dangerous to do that. I mean, I think I've talked about this before, where I got up at 4 o'clock in the morning, was working from 4 to 6 on my apps and I hired Indian developers. I invested some of my own money in it, but I did a lot of stuff myself, like a lot, just because I had to fix a lot of things myself. And then I would go to a contract and I would work in an office, and then I would come back home and work in the evenings, and it was a bit of a slog, but it was also, you're building something, you're putting something out there, which is a lot different than if you're working like in a factory or something like that. How do you encourage yourself?
So for me, it was a combination of things. I was also still working like you, but at the time I was operated on and like had a few weeks of downtime. And there was this guy online on YouTube called Eric. Not sure if you guys know it. And I started watching, and he was like making a living off the apps, and like it made me dream, let's say, and wish that one day I could have my own apps that would make money, and like I wouldn't have to work a normal job. I could just live off them. So this guy created the dream for me. And also I had the need for the first app that I made. I wanted to do something on Instagram, and all the apps either had bugs or bad UI or something. So I had a need, and I decided to create the app, and over time started to grow and make money, and the dream became true. So, or almost, yeah.
Well, I think, thank you for the credit, but I don't think I. But let's see. Graham says, we're the same age. Dude, yeah, 1972, baby. Ooh, class of 1990. Ooh. Let's see. David says, Eric, we both share birthdays with Arnold Schwarzenegger, July 30th. Happy birthday, Eric. Thanks, David. Dude, I tell people that every year. It's like, I share the same birthday as Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's why we're so similar, right? And I did a video about it like 5 years ago, because I remember, because I turned 45, I think it was in San Diego, and I did a video about about my birthday when I was doing the daily Overpass, and I thought about doing one this year, just saying it's my birthday. What up? It's my birthday in the club. It's my birthday. So, but yeah, no, cool. Yeah, July 30th. We're the same, man. Thanks, David. And happy birthday to you too, I should say. Nice, lol. Thanks, Eric. Let's see. Metamine MMG says good night. Good night. Rodrigo looks sleepy. Dude, you look sleepy. Dude, at least you're not a sweaty mess. Let's see.
I went to bed at 2 a.m. because I was trying to use a DSLR for the camera, like I told you earlier.
Yeah. I need to get. Yeah, this is one thing I noticed. like the live stream, I noticed my webcam is getting a bit old and creaky because I look at my picture next to Rodrigo's and he's all crisp and sharp, and I'm all, God, that's not, I need to look, Can you do Instagram filters on like live video? Let's see. Welcome Hell says, anyone knows if MoPub pays or not? I've never used MoPub, but I know a lot of people who have. I would assume MoPub is like a mediation network, right? It's MoPub's mediation, or I always get it confused with MobFox.
By the way, earlier you were asking about the networks that everyone was using. I don't remember the app name, but there's an app for Android that you can inspect other apps and see what developers are using, like the networks, the plugins, not plugins, like extra packages that they bring into their code, and you can see everything. So, yeah.
Really, what's that one called?
I will look it, but I don't know. I can't. Give me 30 seconds.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Welcome Hell. I'm not sure about MoPub. I don't think I've ever used MoPub myself, but I know a lot of people have. I thought it was like primarily a mediation network. Joshua Bryce Bradford says, how much do you charge? Because I paid someone on Fiverr and they sent me the APK and a file to edit, and I wanted to know if AdMob I want to know if it has AdMob for ads or if Apple supports that or not. I've never hired anybody on Fiverr to do an app. I assume they don't charge $5, do they? It's got to be more than that. But you want to know if Apple supports it or not. If it's an APK, they probably don't. But I mean, if they have the source code. Trevor says, Eric, do you do everything like programming, design, ASO, artist work, etc.? I do not do artist work. I do a bit of the ASO, but usually it's like just sitting down and just tweaking things and stuff. Design, I don't. Yeah, I have a designer that helps me with that kind of stuff. I'll do like the layout. I'll do the layout like the flow, because for me that works really well. But having like the soft buttons and everything like that, that's kind of stuff that I'll definitely do on my own. But I do have a lot of, like, that's the thing when you're like working on your own, you just tinker with a lot of stuff, which is why I get frustrated. I get really frustrated when I'm working with somebody who doesn't seem to learn anything. Like, it's like when you're working on your own, one of the things is that I'm a skill. It's not a skill because everybody has it. We're all like being able to pick up a book and get the information from the book, or a video or whatever, just being able to learn something. Like, as a developer, as you know what it's like. You go, you hit a roadblock, this should be working, but it's not. And then you investigate why. Or there's a new technology that you think you'd use because this will be perfect for it. And you think, how do I go about using it? You don't go, well, I don't know that language, so I guess that's it. You're like, I wonder if I could learn that. And then you start to pick up that information. And sometimes, like as a designer, like as a CSS guy, like CSS, I'm passable. Like I think I'm actually pretty good with CSS. I'm pretty good with JavaScript. I'm pretty good with like a lot of stuff. And there's some things which I'm just like actual design and drawing pixels and actually doing freehand stuff. It's just not there. But I know that if I really applied myself and tried it, then I probably could get better at it. And I think that's one of the things. I know what I've worked with. I've worked at consultancies, and we're talking about web, and they're saying why, like I was working in a consultancy and a bunch of developers, they were sending stuff to designers just to be resized or just to add like some slicing to an image or something like that. And it was kind of thing where it's like, it was so super easy to learn that you should have just been able to like learn it within an hour and do it, but it's really difficult. Also, thank you everybody for submitting. Thank you everybody for smashing the like button. Let's see. Rodrigo, I'm bringing you back on screen.
I found the app. Have it here. I could just tell you the name, or we could try to share my screen, but that could be messy. But the app is called Skit. Skit. And when you open it, you have like you can see all the apps you have installed. You click one, and you can see the permissions, the activities that the app has, the services, the certificate, like that the developer signed,
Yep.
uh, resources, the broadcasts, the intents or whatever Android calls them, providers, and the manifest. So yeah, tells you the minimum OS, the target, a bunch of stuff, the size. Yeah.
Do you want to share your screen? Share your screen?
Uh, yeah. Let me. Can I share this one? So, oh, is it sharing? Screen share. Do you see my screen?
Nope. Oh wait, I do on Skype, but I don't see it on the on YouTube. So, oh well, I guess that doesn't work. Oh wait, there we go. Yep, there we go. Now we can see it.
So, is everyone seeing my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So I have the app open here, and there's all the apps I have installed. If I check, for example, Discord, you have the permissions, and you see all the permissions it requests, right? Then you have the activities that like it's waiting for to open and stuff. You have the services, all the stuff. There's a certificate, like you can see who signed it. See, you can even find the name of people instead of companies or something. What else? Resources. So all the images. Oh, that's it. Yeah.
Creepy.
Broadcasts. So what's expecting to receive and etc. Providers. So stuff. I don't know. And the manifest itself. And there's a
Wow.
somewhere. Where is it? Maybe here? Nope. The thing I was talking earlier, it said like all the networks. I don't remember where is it. Let me try to find like another random app. Oh, not Facebook. Let me search for my own app. Come on. Oh, Insta. And let's see. Oh, it's not finding. Come on. Okay, I'll scroll really quick. Where is it? Insta. Oh, I scrolled past. Oh, there we go. And I should be able to find out the networks I use. Maybe in resources. Nope. It was here somewhere. Mobile ads provider? No. Services. Okay, I don't remember, so you guys will have to try to find yourself, but yeah.
Cool. All right. Let's see. So we have Apavelli says, "Happy Friday, Apavelli. I'm going to port some of my Android apps to iOS. Should I Xamarin or React Native or go native and use Swift? I think you should only go Xamarin if you're a C# guy. I don't think for me, I have a C# background, so I kind of enjoy doing Xamarin. React Native. I think if you're a React person or a JavaScript person, then yeah, but or go native and use Swift. I don't. I don't. So I'm kind of like I've had this conversation with my developers. They say, okay, we have this app. This game that we're supposed to do cross-platform. I said, well, why don't we do it in Unity? And they go, no, we'll use Cocos 2DX. I said, oh, fine. I guess that's And then they do it. They're doing the iOS version, and like so. Where's the Android version? We want to test the Android version. So, we haven't started the Android version yet. It's like, Cocos 2DX is cross-platform, right? I thought it was, right? And they go, actually, they call me up and says, why don't we're thinking about doing the Android version in Unity? And I'm like, why don't you just do both in Unity? Like, why are you doing I literally seriously lost my cool because it's like, and I kind of feel the same way, Apavelli. If you already have the native Android, if you went to like Xamarin or React Native, then you could phase out the Android version, but you already have the Android version, so maybe you might just want to go to Swift. Jao Sierra says, why not Flutter? Although I've done some native iOS for 5 years, I've switched to Flutter over the last year, and I'm completely into it. Maybe Eric can give you some hints. I think Zhao is it Zhao is how you pronounce it? I think he's probably got a lot better at Flutter than I am. But I like the idea of Flutter as an application. Ambutha says, "Hi Eric. At the description of the apps in Play Store, do you exhaust all the number of word characters given by Google?" I have in the past. Like I used to think, put as much in there as possible. I do. I don't know if it makes a difference. I think it's only the first few sentences that really make a difference to the ASO.
I don't, but yeah, if you can fit more, there's a chance that you will rank for them. So
That's true. I mean, you have the space, as long as it looks natural. Arun Chandran, hey Arun, how's it going? Says, can you tell me about the Teams and privacy policy Android chat app? Teams and privacy policy Android chat app. I don't know what that means. Do you know what that means?
nope.
No. Do you mean like of the Android chat app? Let's see. Joshua Bryce says he sent me a key file. Oh, he sent you the key file for the Fiverr application. Yeah, I mean, if he only sent you the APK and the key file, you must have got the code too. Right? Ved Prakash says, okay, I've been watching a live stream. I haven't been watching live stream for months. Can anyone fill me on who Rodrigo is? Rodrigo is my illegitimate son that I discovered a couple weeks ago, and I kind of feel bad, like I should take him into the. Luckily, he's a programmer too, so that's the thing. It's creepy the amount of times I've said that joke, isn't it? Kind of is. Rodrigo is a software developer. We've worked on a lot of projects. He's been a fan of the channel for quite a while. Fistable says no, it's Angular. Oh, it was Angular, not React. Oh, there we go. The latest version. Oh, Emilio.
People will start asking for the birth certificate and stuff to prove I'm your son.
Emilio says, super chat, $5 from Emilio Amatos. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your help, Eric. Really appreciate it. Go grab a beer after the live stream, my friend. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. Actually, yeah, maybe I will. Except I've been sweating since about 2:00 this afternoon. So just standing here that I can't go get a beer because otherwise I'll probably just pass out from dehydration. But, I'll drink like 5 gallons of water first. Thanks, guys, for the suggestions, guys, says Fist007. What's up? Billy says, what's up, people? What's up, Billy? And Fist says, thanks, Rodrigo. Let's see. Emilio Matos, smile. Ravi says, Apavelli, I'm a Flutter developer. Oh, well, there you go, if you need somebody. Rifat says, Eric, it has been 4 years from my first question. Year passed so fast. Wow, was it 4 years ago? Yeah, it was. Rifat was asking, like, he went through and watched every single one of my videos when I had like 100 of them. And that's when I started to do the daily one because I thought, I don't know. So right before I started to do that. How do you motivate yourself even at the times when the results are not there? Because we have a vision, Rifat. That's the whole thing, isn't it? That's how we all do everything, right? It's the reason why you plant a seed and you water it, because you have a vision of the plant that's going to grow. You do your, you do sit-ups so that you might one day have abs, which I've never actually had. You do stuff because you have this dream of how things can do. The thing is, like, all of society is like, if you don't get the results fast enough, then you want to just quit. And like for me, I kind of think, when I started doing the apps, I thought, I didn't want to just be like, I wanted to have like a huge company. And, I don't yet, but I'm still that's still there. Like, and I'm enjoying the process of actually doing it, right? This is fun. I mean, sometimes I have to remind myself, like on days when I'm feeling low, like, oh my God, this is so stressful. I've got so much going on. Everybody needs something from me. I'm just so like, and then there's times where I think, dude, I used to get up every day and go to an office and not have any control over my schedule. And I used to be able to, get up, put my suit on, or get up, get in the shower, put my suit on, get on the train, go into London, work in London until like 7 or 8 o'clock at night, come home, watch TV, and go to bed. That used to be my life, just again and again and again. And to even think that I wanted more than that, for some reason, it felt like it was too much. It felt like it was, who am I? Who am I to want those kind of things? Who am I to want a better kind of life? And now I have a lot more control over my schedule. There's times where I think, dude, I bit off more than I could chew. There are times where there's months that I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to get through this month? And there's other times where I'm like, dude, this is awesome. Like, everything's working out really well. But yeah, we always have that vision and that stuff to go for. I mean, we don't like to say it because it sounds weird to say, I've got my vision, but we do. We've got, that stuff that we hope for, that stuff that we don't even share with other people, that kind of, that stuff that we want to do. Like, sorry, Rodrigo, I'm gonna take you off the screen here for a second, just between me and Riff out here. Where's my screen? So like, this is like, have you ever, like, I remember once talking to a guy, like I was in Texas, and and I was working at SeaWorld, and it was this guy, it was a guy who I was working with. I won't say his name, but he gave me what they said he wanted to be a country western singer, and he was like going to audition for something. And I thought, oh, that's really cool. You're gonna be, so, and he was like trying to be a big star and everything. But in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, who's he kidding? How can he do that, right? And for some reason, when I think about this kind of stuff for myself, I'm thinking other people are gonna think that. Who's that? Who's Eric to think that he can want all this kind of stuff? I mean, I'm just like I'm just some guy, right? But then, there's that vision that you have in your heart of hearts that you don't tell anybody about, that gets you up in the morning, gets you doing things, and gets you doing the kind of stuff that you want to do. And you might not share what that final vision is with people, because if it takes longer to get there than you hope, or you don't make it, then you're going to feel a bit silly. But you have that in your head where you're going to. I kind of have an idea where I want for my life to go, and that's what keeps me motivated and going. And when I do the video, if I don't do a video in the week, I feel like I've let everybody down, most of all myself, because because I've let life catch up with me. Because life is always trying to pull you back in. That job is always trying to take more and more of your hours, and your hobbies are trying to take more and more of your time and whatever. And you have that thing that you really want to do, and because it's only you who wants it, sometimes it can feel like it's not important enough. And sometimes I say with every bit of shame that there are times where I think I let life pull back that time, and I didn't give the time to the stuff that I told myself I was going to do. And that's the reason why it takes so long, is because if it's something that only I want, am I just being selfish that, if somebody wants to go out and have a drink, that I didn't go out and have a drink with them? Or if somebody wants me to work on their little project and I'm thinking, no, because I have my own project that I want to work on, or because, I need the money for something and I need to take on another project. And it could be a bit difficult. I mean, motivating ourselves, something that we always do. And something we'll always do, because there's always going to be somebody trying to take it away from you. Any feedback? How about you, Rodrigo? Any feedback?
Yeah. It's all about looking around and seeing where you are at the moment, like how far you come, like that you are good at the moment, and dreaming big, like for the future, and imagining what you can have and do in the future, so that you keep like motivated and working towards it. So yeah.
Cool. Red Prakash says MoPub is a mediation platform and also has something like MoPub Marketplace, which provides ads, but they verify your apps before you can start monetizing using it. Okay, cool. Yeah, I thought it was a mediation platform. Joshua says he paid $55 for his app. That doesn't seem like a lot. I'd be interested to see what you got for that. Vedprakash says MoPub's eCPM matches the eCPM of your highest performing ad network, depending on where you put your marketplace mediation in the chain. Cool. And thank you, everybody, again. I'm going to say it again, for smashing that like button and subscribing. Mikey Bravo says native or cross-platform. Mikey, I say this again and again. I like cross-platform. I mean, as long as it's efficient. Native is probably more performant. It's probably better. It's probably you're not gonna have any trouble if you go native. But then you're spending twice as much.
That's your one trouble.
Yeah. Well, that's yeah. So if you put in a complete, so this is back to the MoPub. If you put it to compete with Fan in your mediation chain, and Fan gives you $1 eCPM, so they'll try to match the eCPM to Fan. Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, is it good? Vedprakash, are you using it? Is it working out well for you? Graham Knight says, I just had my first Shopify app published. Cool. I have ideas for integration between Android, iOS, and Shopify for store owners. Is there a hit list of popular app system integrations that's popular in the business? App systems integration. You talking about with Shopify or just like in general? There's loads of app integrations.
I think he's asking like something to create an app that calls the Shopify API and.
Oh yeah, go on
so.
Code Canyon. Go on Code Canyon, and you'll find loads of them. But you might need to get a developer to customize them for you, which is one of the things that we're doing for a client, which I need to get back to as well. Emilio says, thanks for the suggestion, Rodrigo. It's really going to help us. Pretty cool app. Cool. Joshua says, I also developed a game called Flappy Trump, and it had his face, and then Google Play took it down. Billy says, have you ever used Unity ads? I've never have. I have around 100,000 impressions a day, but the eCPM is low, about 60 cents. It seems low. That does seem pretty low. Let's see, Robert, thanks for the check, for the answer. And also, Eric, thanks. I'll check your videos to learn more. Cool, thanks. Rifa says, hottest day in Cambridge. It's pretty hot here today, too. I've been inside most of the day. Joshua says, can I post a link here? It's where the developer got the stuff for the app. I think you could try. Probably, I don't know. It's difficult. YouTube, for some reason, removes any comments that have a link in them. Let's see. What was the name of the app that Rodrigo was displaying? What was it called?
Skit.
Skit. Oh, yeah.
SKY. No, I.
Yeah.
And by the way, I have something similar. It's they also have an app, but it's also a website. If I can share my screen again.
Go back to that one.
Show you guys.
All right.
So this is AppBrain. They have an app, and they have also a market, I think. And you can check apps, and they have like lots of good information because they have like general stuff. But then if you see here, where was it? Yeah, libraries, like the other one that I couldn't find. Here you can see what the app is using. You can see I'm using Firebase, and you can even see an app was done with Ionic and Cordova. That's like pretty cool. And you see the networks here. So they detect everything on your apps, and then you can see permissions, everything. So if you are looking at a competitor, you can know like the networks or just the libraries that they use. Yeah, it's pretty useful information sometimes when they publish it, all the versions, everything.
Oh, cool. And that's on AppBrain?
Yeah.
Ah.
Do you want to try to look at one of your?
I was over here on my screen looking at let's see. I was looking at mine, this Mandarin Bubble Bath. Where do I click on?
So you just search Mandarin.
Got it on my screen.
I think that's it. How you type it? Yeah. Let me bubble bath.
Related apps.
Yeah, Chinese Mandarin bubble bath.
Yeah.
No rating, but you can see library said untracked. Interesting.
Where's libraries?
Or untracked, yeah. Libraries just a question mark. So it doesn't.
Yeah, this is a Corona one.
Yeah. Maybe they don't detect Corona, or just like they didn't have like enough installs or something to track it. Yeah. Oh, they even have like a price increase.
Yeah. Huh. All right. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Joshua Bryce says, look up online MP3 player from Code Canyon, and you'll see the guy made. Okay, let's see. Yeah, we sometimes I'll tell clients to go to Code Canyon, because at least they could get something. Oops, let's see, Code Canyon. What are they called? An Ultimate online MP3 player. Okay, there's loads of them. Well, I think it's this one. Yeah, I mean it's hopefully they'll Joshua, hopefully they'll reskin it enough so that you can release it without having any trouble. Let's see. Rohit here. Hey Rohit. Hey Eric. Hey Rodrigo. By when do you think ECPMs will start going up again? Right now it's so low. I don't. I think they'll shoot, the whole world has gone crazy. You know, I guess when all this stuff blows over, maybe. Um, but
Yeah.
or you could be before that. A lot of businesses might turn to doing more advertisements. This is why there are top 1% and the rest.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
sorry,
see
this is a question.
we see like lots of business going out of business and lots of change. So we might head for a recession or something. No one knows.
Yeah,
And maybe that takes a couple of years, and afterwards we see everything like taking up again. But
yeah,
hopefully it will not last
yeah.
that long.
It's really difficult. I mean, it just seems like everybody's struggling at the moment. It's kind of like it's so difficult to know, like, so difficult to know, like, when things will come back up. Fistobo says the thing that separates success from failure is how long do you want to keep working hard enough without getting results until you actually start getting results. Most people quit too early and this is why the top 1% and the rest. Yeah, I know, but then there's also I'm sure there's loads of people who strive and strive and reach for their vision and then they die. Samir says thanks. I teach tech says hi Eric. Uh, can we add some? Can we add same app in two different Play Console accounts? I don't think so. Not the same package name. Um, let's see. Graham Knight says you can't dream unless you do, and you can't do unless you dream. Awesome. In general, cool. Veprakash says, yeah, I use MoPub, but now I don't because of 60-day payment policy. It's good, but I don't recommend it over Fan or AdMob. They give bad ECPM if you exclusively use MoPub only. Cool. Thank you very much for telling us that. Community Dude says, nothing related with ads or AdMob. Joshua says, do you think I could turn it into an iOS because of the use of the iPhone? Because I use the iPhone 11 Pro, and I would like to use my app, and I know a lot of people would like to use the app there on iOS. If it's this one that I'm looking at right now, it's called Android Music Player. I don't think you could use it on iOS, not unless you got somebody to redo it. Fistable says, so you skipped my message. No, I went back to it before Rohit. You got back. And seems like it's pizza time. You know what? It does seem like it's pizza time. And Joshua says, and usually if I don't want to make an app, I use Appy Pie or just customize it. I think that's smart, Josh. I mean, you could, like, if you want us to do an app for you, I could do it for, like, I'll give you a deal and we could do it for, we'll try to do it for just under £10,000, right? And which is be cheap. Now, I think it's like, if you're testing out the market, I think it's really smart to use Code Canyon or Appy Pie or something like that. I know it doesn't make a lot of. This is what makes me a bad business person, as I talked about earlier. Like, because I think you need to test the market, and the sooner you can test the market, you can. Like, let's say you put an app out there and it did terribly. Like, nobody even finds it. Like, like you can't even get the keywords right. Then you wasted little. But let's say you get it out there and people really start going to it, and they're leaving bad reviews because they don't know, because it's not what they expected or whatever. But then that that's there, and you go out and actually build something for it. I see. Yeah, success is definitely not guaranteed. Says Fist007. Yeah. Community says, haha, bro, you skipped my comments. Haha, you clicked it twice. Did I? Nothing related to ads or AdMob. Did I miss it? The last one I see, Community Dude, is nothing related to ads or AdMob. Did I miss it? I didn't see it. I don't see it. It's not on purpose. Go up a little bit. I did. Okay, so nothing related with ads or AdMob. That's the only thing I see. Unless it didn't come through. Do you see anything, Rodrigo? From Community Dude?
Nope.
No. Maybe Google took it out? Or YouTube took it out? You can ask me again. Okay. Collect user points in the app. That was the last thing I saw. Sorry about that, Community Dude. I just can't see it.
Maybe if he included a link, it got removed or something.
If you include a link, sometimes it would be. Fistel says, have a nice weekend, guys. Fistel says, I really enjoyed this Friday's live stream, like every other one. Billy says, cheers, everyone. Hey, everybody, thanks very much, Community Dude. Hopefully we could get to that next week, and we'll try to get through that. Last one here is Joshua says, you inspired me to become an app developer. I love the name of your company. And sorry if it's bad, but if you get mad, but I named my company Never Pass just because I'm inspired by you. I like it. Never Pass. Like Overpass, there's another company. There's loads of other companies. I mean, there's a band called Overpass, which I don't think existed when I named it. There's another company called Overpass in the States. It's just, it was a cool name, but now I kind of feel like I'm being crowded out. So Never Pass. That's a good idea because nobody's going to steal that from you. Anyway, everybody, thanks, Rodrigo, for joining the live stream today. Thanks, everybody else, for joining the live stream. We're going to try to do this again next week. Rodrigo, if you can, or if anybody, maybe we'll bring somebody else on. That's just it. I'm going to go and drink like 5 gallons of water and cool down and open up these windows. Hey, talk to you later, Rodrigo.
Bye, everyone.
Talk to you later, everybody. All right, bye.
Tell me all your secrets. Fill me in on your wildest moments. Color trees, your